Welcome to level 857, the highest level for raw, unfiltered gaming commentary. We got going down right now is a my take. Final thoughts for Dragon Mark for Death. We're just hot off of finally beating the game, all of its 29 quests. Thank God. It felt like it was a long time coming.
It was.
How you guys feel about that?
Really like the game. Those bosses were a little tougher than I expected them to be, but once we grinded and leveled up, we murdered them.
Yeah. I don't think the grind was that bad for the levels, you know. I think once you
I
kind
think it
of...
was.
I think it was.
You think it was bad?
Yeah.
I think as far as like getting the levels, the grind's not bad. If you go on the right level, you can level up pretty fast. The drops, I feel like there's a lot of items we weren't able to get, and you kind of get strong weapons early on, and the newer weapons you get after that really aren't stronger than the ones that you have. You know, I enjoyed the game though. I thought it was, you know, it's a decent length game. It's great 4-player multiplayer action, but you know, it's like especially right here, we got the black market, all these items.
Not even close to
You're
getting
not
it.
even close to getting that. It's like, for the grinding that we had to do, I think we're close like level 60 just to beat the last stage, which was actually it was 30. It was a level 30 stage, even though the boss was like, what was the level on the boss? 36?
35, 36.
And the boss was still difficult. Still difficult after that. So, I don't know. It's I wish the drops were a little bit better. I wish I was able to buy more of the stuff that was in the black market without having to put in so much time into it.
I think actually one problem is that the drops weren't good.
Drops, yeah.
The level making isn't terrible because, I mean, we didn't get onto it. We didn't know the stages till later on. I mean, if we did that earlier on, we probably wouldn't have had any issues with building up the stages so late in playing the game. But the drops are awful.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even, like, I don't even know where to go to find certain
Yeah.
items.
Some tweaks need to be done.
Yeah.
I mean, graphics-wise, gameplay-wise, and everything, great game. I think it shines more as a multiplayer game than a single.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really, I
it.
wouldn't recommend it for a single player,
Nah,
just because of how.
Yeah, it's hard to play as a wizard as a single player.
Yeah.
It's
So,
rough because
The
you
different
can't really
characters.
do any damage until you mash in several button combinations to pull off a dope spell.
The different characters and the variations of how you can use their powers and everything, that adds replayability to it. But the grind is what kills it. Like, it needs some tweaks in the grind area and the drop area, but a little more variety would have been like a perfect game.
Variety with what? Enemies or what?
Enemies and somewhat levels. There's a lot of levels that are the same level that you grind through, but different enemy placement, basically. But there aren't a lot of different enemies in the game to begin with. And a lot of the bosses were pretty much the same. After you've seen 5, you've seen them all out of the 29 levels. So, I mean, it could be good. And if they took this exact same game and focused on one player and changed the levels and had like 15 different bosses or something,
Yeah.
I would say that should be like a download. Like they should put that down as DLC.
That'd be cool.
Like
Speaking
some
of
add-on
the
stuff.
game does have DLC. It's got more quest modes and another story.
Does it have new areas?
I think so. I think it's got a new area.
I know it has a new character.
But I don't know if that's a playable character.
The green guy?
Yeah, the green guy he's a dragonborn, but he's a thief, and he looked like he was a boss battle.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he was a character, but I'm like, oh, he might be a boss battle instead. But you know,
Well, extra characters would be cool too. But I mean, like I said, the music and everything is great. Control is great.
I read some reviews where they were underwhelmed with the music. They were like, oh, the music's not that great. I thought it was okay.
I thought it was great.
I thought
No, I
the
mean, it's
music-
good. Music's
Yeah.
very
The
good.
music was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of a very polished Saturn game.
yeah, right. This
It really does.
This
Like-
does look like like a Saturn game, like a 2D sprite. Yeah.
But a really good one though.
Like a
Like
really-
if they could pull this off on Saturn, then they did a hell of a job.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. So let me see. All right, so we like the graphics. We like the 2D sprites. We like the music.
Animation's great.
Gameplay's great.
Story is good.
Story's good.
The way that each character is so different from the other one, it makes the multiplayer that much better because it adds strategy to actually fighting the boss.
Yeah.
Like, you know, putting on the protect shield while the wizard chills in the back and shoots. And
Yeah.
But the thing is, I wish they would have, if you wanted to make it a one-player game for each person, they probably should have adjusted each stage individually for each character.
Well, imagine if they made this more like a Metroidvania, and like everything was attached, but you couldn't get to certain areas without certain characters or without powers
I
learned.
think it would have excelled better.
And then I think that would have been a perfect game for something like this.
I think it would have been better if it was a Metroidvania.
That's not
Like
bad.
just
for
a whole
sequel.
big map world.
Oh yeah,
Go back to
Like
certain, and then you find rare items.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that.
Yeah. I think a little more time cooking it would make this really good.
I think if these guys are gonna do a sequel to this, that's exactly the direction they should go. And
Or you don't even have to have the whole thing connected. You could have like a hub area, and you could have different stages that are which is like its own little Metroidvania within that area.
But instead of having, instead of having the whole do this stage and then do the stage again and then do the stage again and then do the stage again.
Right.
Figure out how to intertwine all that into one type of thing.
one
So I'm not
big,
going through the same thing again. And if I have to go back through and it's different enemies, that's fine. You got me talk to someone different and it's another thing. You don't have to have me go back in into square one and have a different area that looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I think they could have done that better. But I mean, there's not many complaints about the game other than the drops. I just wish I had better weapons.
We're waiting for this game for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, we were really waiting this for a while, and it didn't disappoint. You know, like I don't think this game disappointed at all.
It's a sleeper, definitely.
Definitely a sleeper. The ending is a little. I think we got the bad ending. I gotta look online and see if there are better
I don't
endings.
know what
It's
the
like,
fuck happened there.
I don't know. We put a lot of grinding in to make sure we got all those blue flags and
You
stuff.
know what it probably was?
What was it?
If we beat it at the very end without getting the dragon, without getting the drop, the floaty thing, if we did it without getting that, it probably wouldn't have taken over us and came out.
Really? I wonder if that
Maybe.
had something to do with it. That would be interesting.
Because we called on the dragon to beat it, right?
Right.
So maybe we'll have to find that out.
It'll be like a Mother Russia bleeds. When
Yep.
you
Don't use your main power.
Don't
and
use the
you don't get
the
taken
drug.
over. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see if that has something to do with it. But
That's the only thing we did wrong, though, right?
I think there is.
We did every stage,
There
man.
are several different endings. I think it's got more than one ending in this game. So I got.
Well, the ending we got was a little disappointing.
Yeah, it did.
That was pretty
Yeah.
bad. That was
Yeah.
pretty. If that was like the real ending, that's a shitty ending.
That's
really
looks,
shitty
It
ending.
looks like a pretty bad ending.
It's like, all right,
Pretty
whatever,
bad.
whatever.
But if you'd like to see that ending, you can go check out our gameplay on the post.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys have anything else you want to add? I think we went over what we liked. What we
Make a
didn't like.
sequel.
Yeah, would you buy the sequel?
I would. Yeah.
I would definitely.
I would
Yeah,
give the
I'd
I'd
sequel,
be excited for the sequel. And
but
I'll
we gotta
definitely
tweak the wizard's powers a little bit. Make them a little bit easier to pull out.
Yeah, shortcut buttons.
That's a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
You need
buttons.
some
to
shortcuts
input for
on
that.
there.
Yeah, I like the Shinobi a lot. I thought Shinobi was a great character.
I just think it wasn't finished.
You don't think this game was finished?
I don't think it was completely finished.
Well, they got to balance the drops a little bit.
I think
Exactly.
the game part was finished. Just the dropping,
drop.
like those things weren't completed.
And that net code
The what?
for the local co-op play, that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, that was I don't know what
Pronto.
the-
Yeah, something's up with the signaling for that. It never had a strong signal for local multiplayer. I go over that in my My Take tips and tricks when I think it's better to go online multiplayer. Even if you're sitting with people, it's better to go online and do it. It's more
Couch
stable.
co-op is broken.
Yeah, it's like it's local multiplayer.
And this is mainly a multiplayer game.
Yep.
So
Yeah, so
you know,
in
Yeah,
fact-
definitely.
But online was good.
Online was
good.
great. Online was reliable. You know?
Although you
sequel
see
just-
some enemies pop here and there in a different area.
I
Yeah.
think for the sequel, just hit start,
Yes.
you know, and just
No,
play
for
four
this-
players.
Yeah, for the sequel, they should actually take Mercenary Kings for a player. You know, do that, split into 4 different screens, and
Oh, that would be hell.
that
Don't
would
do that.
that
Don't
would be
do that.
great. This
Don't
is a
do
big TV. Look how big this TV is.
No, I think
do
if
that.
you stay on the same screen, it'll
Yeah,
be
but not
completely.
everyone's using that TV that
It'll
big.
be completely fine. If
Use
it,
it.
if it does this, if it zooms out,
Oh, yeah.
okay, if it zooms out like this,
Yeah,
when you're spread apart, that's fine. When you're close together, you
Yeah.
know it's regular, that's fine.
Oh,
I
you mean
think
if
they-
it spreads apart? Well,
Yeah.
You remember what they did with Castlevania?
Yeah, something like that.
I
What
think
is it?
they use the Switch fine with the extra screens. Like, they did use that perfect.
Yeah, if they want to do that too.
Castlevania Harmony of Despair for the PlayStation 3. That stretched the screen to hell to keep all those. Yeah.
Well, that was crazy.
But that was bad.
That was
like,
really
you couldn't even
far.
play multiplayer that way.
That was so far it spread the screen, but it was cool that it did it though. That it included the local multiplayer because it didn't do it for the Xbox.
You don't have to worry
Version.
about that, too.
But no, I would like whatever. It's split screen or stretch it. I would like to see it on one system. I think that'd be good. That'd be good. Well, all right, excellent game, guys. Inertia Games, Inertia, what Any Creates? Sorry, Inertia Games. That's a different. That's a different.
I thought
company.
you were saying nursery. I'm like, what nursery?
Inertia Games. That is. I think that's a different company, man.
Well,
I'm
it's a
sorry.
good thing you can cut that and say the right name.
Whatever. Any Creates. You know, this is definitely another hit, another sleeper hit from Any Creates. They're really
Put in
masters.
Mega Man Zero in here.
Yeah, they're
It's
yeah. I
completely
mean,
Mega Man Zero.
you know, they're really great with their 2D, their 2D side-scrolling games. They're really top-notch. So it's really great to see them keep pumping out games like this. We look forward to a sequel. We enjoy playing. That's our collective My Take. Let us know what your take is in the comments below. Like this video if you like it. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media. Don't forget about the podcast live on Twitch, 8 o'clock p.m. every other Wednesday, every other Monday, 5 o'clock p.m. on YouTube. And if you check us out on YouTube, we're going to see you guys again real soon. Around 12 o'clock noon.